So I'm sitting here playing Star Wars Jedi Survivor, arguably one of the greatest games ever, if you ask me. Uh, but anyways, kind of I guess minor spoilers for a side character later on in the story. It doesn't really matter, but spoiler warning, I guess. Thing is, like, Cal's sitting here having a conversation with the character Mosey, who she's basically like a monster hunter. Like she and her parents had like taught her to be that way since she was a child. Um, and she's really damn good at it. Like she'll find crazy creatures out there in the universe, and then she'll like fight them. And then even if they're like impossible to fight, she figures out a way to beat them. And she remembers she's fighting this one. She describes it um, to Cal. Basically, I'm not gonna give you the whole story, but talking about like there was one she couldn't take down no matter like which weapons she had used, and she remembered a lesson that her mom once told her, which is like if you can't take it down, kid, with the weapons, use its own advantages against it. And she talks about like how she did and she killed this creature, right? And then she relates that to Kel's situation and goes, oh, isn't that what your enemies do, though, right? It's like they take your advantages, the like meaning here is like the things that you're good at. Don't they take your advantages and turn them into inconveniences? Those aren't the exact words she uses, but taking the things that are good about you and using them against you, right? And I think that's just a good lesson for life in general, like a good thing to consider. Um, and it's pretty rare that you like encounter people that like legitimately suck so much that they're gonna use that they would be willing to do that. They're like manipulative enough to do that. I have experienced it a few times, um, enough that I believe this is actually a valuable lesson. There are certain things that make you as an individual like a good, decent person, right? And perhaps there's a lot of things about you that need to be worked on. I think do that as best as you can. However, the thing is, like for example, myself, it's like I'm kind, I'm compassionate, and I really care about people, and I try to be as patient as I can. Not always easy. So people that I've known that kind of suck is like to try and take those things about me and use them against me. They'll push my buttons until they know I've had enough, and then when I lose it, they'll try and be like, "Oh, why are you being such an asshole, dude?" Like, no, you push my buttons, and you know what you've done. The point is, though, is that people will do that to you, right? Um, for whatever like good qualities you have, those who are envious and know they don't possess them, will use against you. And hopefully, I really hope that you don't encounter people like that because it sucks. But there is a good lesson to be learned from if that does happen. It's like learn to look out for those people. Learn to look out for those who will use your own advantages, the things that are good about you, against you.